Montana's leader in in-depth investigative coverage. This is News Channel 5.
Welcome back. Well, many students take trips, sometimes abroad during the summer, but one senior at CMR is sharing his school trip with his peers and community through the student paper.
It's an emotional journey through one of mankind's darkest hours as he toured a German concentration camp. News Channel 5's Andrea Fisher has more on an extraordinary young man.
Standing in a dark room, paint peeling off the wall, a low ceiling overhead, my soul was as heavy as it has ever been. I was standing in a room responsible for the deaths of more than 10,000 innocent lives. I was standing in the middle of the gas chamber at the Mauthausen-Gusen concentration camp 12 miles east of Linz, Austria, on the Austrian-German border.
Tim Siri is president of the CMR senior class, editor-in-chief of the school's student newspaper, and a fourth-year German student. He planned to take a trip to Germany with the school group his freshman year, and last June, he finally made that trip.
I may have been standing in the very spot where 70 years ago, an 18-year-old boy, very much like myself, could have become a victim of one of the world's darkest hours of history. We can read about it as much as we want, and we can, watch the documentaries, but you don't really get a sense of it until you're stepping off into the area where people just 70 years ago would have been stepping off of the trains as inmates in this concentration camp, and they had the knowledge that they may never leave, and they may never walk through those doors again.
Siri says the camp's surroundings are astonishing, a necessary reminder of what happened to Germany just 2 generations ago and the progress made since.
Here is this institution that has hurt so many people and devastated humanity, but yet it's sitting on the base of the Alps and in these fertile green pastures, and you think that that personifies Germany's history as having a scar, a couple of years of hatred and a bad history surrounded by all of the great things that have happened in Germany.
But the journey to that inspiration was a heavy one for Siri.
You haven't really comprehended what you're about to see, but you see the label, for example, to going to the execution area, and those signs weren't around when the people were entering, but you just think what that would have been like had they known what was going to come when they entered that room or they went down those stairs. This is a 3-tiered oven, and it just stands as one of the many devices that they use to inflict their hatred and the horrors that were brought upon these people. People will leave notes because family members travel through, and when we were there were family members going through the camp. Those who are living are communicating with history and trying to understand and to grapple with the weight of what happened in that room.
It's an experience he says should be preserved for years to come.
Every generation needs to be able to have the opportunity to learn about it and to experience it, and that's the only way that will make sure it never happens again. You have an appreciation after you leave for so many more things, and realizing that everything is not as bad as it may seem, that in comparison, the fact that you were able to make it a choice to leave is all that really matters in the end.
Reporting in Great Falls, Andrea Fisher, News Channel 5.